Hi guys, we're live. It's on my special preview because it's the North London derby. It's Arsenal Spurs. Right, come and join us as we talk all topics about relating to Arsenal and Spurs. Right, as I said, it's the North London derby on Sunday, so this is a special preview because it's a big game form. And already we got Connor on the stream. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No, no worries, no worries. Yeah, so we're talking all things Arsenal Spurs. Obviously, it's we come into this game Arsenal in a lowly 14th position in the league, or round about there, so shall I say? And Spurs top of the league.
Mm.
So, but we know with these sort of derbies. I mean, I remember when Tottenham were 14th and we were invincible, and they'd still get a draw out of it. So, I mean, obviously the draw against White Hart Lane, which made us champions, we were 2-0 up and they still managed to peg us back. So I think form really goes out the window on this one. Hi Chris, how are you? I'll quickly just put the link in the chat. Thanks for sharing that tweet I did earlier, Connor.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm quite excited to watch that with Lee Judges, and yeah,
Yeah,
really excited to watch that. Be interested to see
yeah,
what he has to say.
yeah. I mean, big up to him. I mean, I saw him over the cup final.
Mm.
And just got talking to him on Instagram, and he said he's more than happy to help out.
Yeah, no, it's good. No, I know he's quite busy with AFTV, and he goes on quite a lot of streams himself. So yeah, but it's not really nice of him.
Yeah. So, what's your feelings? Being a neutral Queens Park Rangers fan, what's your feelings towards the North London derby, and especially this time round?
I think people are saying that the 2,000 fans are going to make a difference. I don't think they will. But I
Well, they
think,
did make quite a commotion on yesterday, to be honest.
yeah, it's interesting because, like I said to you before, we went on air about the squad meeting that apparently happened on Tuesday. Would have made sense because the players decided, okay, you know what, we need to sort ourselves out, and then you see yesterday's
Hmm.
performance, especially the first half, some of the football that they were playing, definite improvement because I haven't seen that type of football Arsenal been playing in the Europa League. That's the first game in the Europa League that they've actually
Yeah, because
really.
even you were saying because I think you were about to say is that though we're playing Dundalk and we're playing Mulder,
Mm,
we were uh struggling to put a decent sort of performance that should be deserving of an Arsenal scoreline against them, which is about what 5-6-0.
mm.
Already Peter's already giving it about right. Only good cause of legal card because even George Russell. Right, so does that make George Russell illegal then? Right, maybe actually George Russell's actually got a significant talent because he's actually an F2 champion, which are all the same car. But if you actually knew Formula One, you'd know that. But there you go. Right, Ads, how are you?
Yes, boys. What are we saying? You're right.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I mean, like I said, it's the preview from North London Derby, and also Wayne's come on as well.
Hello.
Right, he's giving us his what you're going to give us all your one-line banters while playing FIFA.
This time I can admit I am playing FIFA.
Yeah. So, what's your feelings towards this London derby? Start with you, Ads.
um, think, right, obviously, I know a few people have got into arguments. I know they've done like lineups with Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans, and it's very one-sided with who of who's going to come out on top in the favour of the fans. And I feel like Spurs have the better team. They have the way better team, and in every department, there's at least 3 good players. So even if they make a substitution, there'll be a good player to replace another good player. I'd say tactically, Mourinho is better than Arteta. There's no doubt about that. And
Well, he's a proven winner, and then the fact that you were saying about the team as well is that like that team's probably been better than Arsenal's for the last few seasons rather than just this season.
yeah. I'll say this now though. If people say, when people can, the only excuse people can make to put in to defend Arsenal, all they can say is, well, anything can happen. It's a derby. That's what they can say. But in my opinion,
So what's funny is that the funny is that 10, 12 years ago, that would be what the only thing Tottenham could use it as an excuse for. Right? Like, look, if you really want to make your point about F1, this is not about F1, right? I've got my F1 tomorrow live stream. Come and try and roast me then, because you ain't going to. So, right,
Peter Raymond, man, you need to start coming on. You need to come on.
Man.
If
If you're gonna come on, back your talk, and maybe George Russell, because he's actually driven in the same car in F2 and become an F2 champion, might show he's an actual talent. But
I'll say this though, right now though.
You should be backing your drivers.
Back to Arsenal. I can see even if Arsenal lose or win, to me it doesn't matter, because I don't see Arsenal going on no runs this season. None. No. Yeah, you lot beat us 1-0. We didn't go on a run at all. And I feel like, obviously, because most of the people I talk to, so like Kesh, Igal, you, and Claude, obviously, they're all Arsenal fans. And I was on Claude's stream the other day as well. I said to him, well, it doesn't matter if you guys go on a run or not, because there's always going to be an if factor. Realistically, there shouldn't be, but there is always going to be an if factor. Like, what if you guys do beat Tottenham? What's going to happen after that? In my opinion, I don't think you guys are going to go on no run at all. I think it's just going to be an edged game. If you guys beat them, it's going to be an edged game. You're not going to dominate Tottenham. There's no way that will ever happen. So let's just see what happens in the day, man.
Do they know if away fans are allowed at the stadium?
No, there's no away fans.
There's no away fans, so it's only Tottenham fans. Well, oh god. But hang on, Marbles has joined as well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
Yeah, not too bad. Right, got a lot of stick pounds. He's had to end the stream early. All right, but there you go. But what can you do? Some people just don't get the fact of being ill, but there you go. So, but yeah, what's your thoughts towards this game then?
Well, I don't like admitting it, but they're obviously favourites, right? I look at their squad, right, and apart from Kane and Son and Bale, they're obviously their standout players. But I think what Jose's done is that he's made them a lot more better structured, and obviously he's trying to instill a more of a will to win, because that is something they didn't have under what's his name, Pochettino. So I think it's more
discipline as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but the thing, I hear what you're saying, Marbles. Before you continue, I just want to say this now, Ndombele, he's a standout player. I think he'll play well tomorrow.
He's really come of age this season, to be honest, actually, especially under Mourinho. And I think the one that's probably disappointed, and it was funny because when Mourinho first came in, Dele Alli sort of went on that little run of games.
He's still shit.
And then I wouldn't say he's shit. I don't think the system they play suits him anymore.
I think he's. I'll be honest now, right? I'll say this right now. In my opinion, he's mediocre. I'm sorry, he really is. He's awful. I'm gonna be honest now. He's really awful, and I'm not just saying that because it's Tottenham fans. And I know some Tottenham fans watch this stream, right?
In the chat, then you're more than welcome to come on. The links in the chat.
I know Tottenham fans watch this stream sometimes. People like Marcus, right? But I have to say this now. He's not good enough. I'll say that now. He's not, and
Who?
I don't know how the fuck he's got into the England squad. Fucking
Who?
so many times as well. That's a disgrace as well.
I think, to be fair, when he first joined
Thank
Spurs,
you, Chris.
I think he joined in what 15, 16.
Yeah,
Then
15. Yeah,
Then they finished second in 17, 18. Both of those seasons he was very good, right? But even like say around probably 2 years ago, he just for whatever reason he's not sustained that form. So whether Jose can get that back out of him or he needs to leave Spurs, I don't know. But
I think he needs to leave Spurs. I don't think the system suits him no more.
I think it's his
To be
attitude.
honest.
His
Yeah,
attitude
and I
stinks.
think I think it's partly of that as well.
You know,
Um,
he thinks too much for himself. You know, we know what he can do. He can be an absolute wonderful player on his day. Some of the goals he scores, some of the skills he can, you know. But it's just, I think,
I remember that. That was such a London derby. It was funny because you watched it after the season after the rest of that season. I think Harry Redknapp was in charge at the time, right? And from that game onwards, they went down, down, down. They were about 12 points in front of us. They ended up 3 points behind.
Yo, this Peter Raymond kid is always in your chat to wear F1. Like, why doesn't he keep
Look,
off?
like I said, if I'm doing an F1 stream, he's more than willing to come on. Right? I put my link in the chat, but he knows he won't come on because I can just roast him in 5 seconds.
Pussy.
I think he just does this just to wind us up anyway.
No, to be honest, it doesn't wind me up. I just like fucking get into arguments with little dickheads like that. It just talk shit and then
Yeah,
really get exposed. They get exposed.
because the records prove themselves, don't they?
They get exposed, Stephen, because they won't come on. That's why I like it, because I like to say, yeah, you ain't gonna come on. The thing is, they have to just talk random shit just to dodge the fact that they won't ever come on the stream.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Fucking
Let's
idiot.
keeping on Arsenal, Tottenham. Should we do like a combined 11? Right, and I know probably a lot of Spurs players are probably going to get in a lot of this, but I'm sure we can squeeze a few Arsenal players in there. So in goal, who would you go for out of Lloris and Leno?
I'll
You know
go
what?
Leno.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with Connor because this season Leno's been pretty well. Done pretty well. I know he's conceded quite a few goals, but realistically, it's the shit defense, isn't it? So
yeah,
I'm gonna say Leno.
most of those goals, what could he do?
Lloris, he hasn't really been on top form, especially after the West Ham game. That was awful. That was embarrassing. And other than that, he just hasn't really been the Lloris that was there before this season. So I'm gonna say Leno, man.
Connor, do you agree with that? Don't you?
Yeah, no, I think Lloris. He's had things with Lloris. He doesn't get spoken about much. He's not. He is a world class goalkeeper, but he's not got. Leno saves Arsenal more than Lloris does.
Yeah, I think Leno gets exposed a lot, exposed because of our defence.
Yeah.
So he has to put those saves in. Whereas probably Lloris has a better defensive one of them.
Yeah.
So that's
you
probably
got
why you
those.
don't see something. What about
I'll be back.
you,
Give me a
Ryan?
minute.
What do you agree with?
Yeah, let's go with Leno. I mean,
All right, so Leno in goal. So we've got one. Right back.
Sergio Aurier, I don't rate him, but I don't rate Hector either. And
Bellerin.
Maitland-Niles?
I'm gonna say Aurier. Aurier's crap, but Bellerin for me, I don't rate. So I'm gonna Aurier for me.
Do you think there's a case for Maitland-Niles in there?
He hasn't really played that much. That's the thing. If he was playing consistently like Bellerin was, then you could say, okay, he made the Niles or whatever. But you can't really put him into that, you know. But if you had to pick between Aurier and Bellerin, it's like dumber or dumber, isn't it? So
I think if Maitland-Niles gets a run of games in the Premier League, then which is what I want him to, then I would definitely think that he could do it.
But he might not play as a right back. He might be playing midfield now because after last night's performance, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a really good performance in midfield, to be honest. And actually, just about last night, what I was really impressed with was Lacazette.
Oh, number 10 suited him perfectly.
That could be sort of his favourite position now. rather than being an out-and-out striker.
Do you-
It's a bit like Harry Kane in a way, because Harry Kane used to be an out-and-out striker, but now he's dropping deeper. But
And he's
I
got,
think
he has a good
Lacazette needs to
relationship
develop
with.
it.
Yeah, he's got a good relationship with Aubameyang. So Aubameyang does play down
Yeah.
the middle.
They've always liked linking up together. So, but yeah, so Sergio Aguero is right back.
Hmm.
The two centre backs, if we're going for a flat back four.
Okay.
Real and Alderweireld. I think both us and them have a couple of good centre backs, but the rest are very average. Even Spurs, Juan Foyth don't rate. Sanchez never rated. Who else they got?
Do you know, I'll make a case for Dyer because he's been superb. He's been converted to a centre back, and he's been absolutely fantastic.
I'd have to go on what you say because I haven't really seen much of Dyer's performances.
Definitely Gabriel, no, doubt about that. But if I had to pick between Alderweireld and Dyer, I'll go Dyer because purely the fact that he's been converted to a centre back, he's been playing really well, really vital to them as well actually, and he's very consistent. Yeah, but I mean you could put Alderweireld in that easily, but you have to go from one from each team because Gabriel definitely gets into that back four.
Left back.
Ricky one.
I mean, I really want to make a case for Tierney.
But he went so well.
I mean, Tierney. I mean, the price we paid for him and some of the performances he puts in is like. I still feel that we owe Celtic some money because we robbed them.
Really good, but it's got to be Reguilon. For me, he's the best left back in the Premier League, and I think at the moment anyway. Defensively, going forward, the runs he makes, he gets assists, he contributes, he's all round player, he's incredibly fast.
Hang on, what about this then? If we played a 3-4-3, would you put Tierney as the left centre back?
Yeah. Oh well.
I just want to get Tierney in the team.
I mean, it's a difficult one because for me, if you are playing the back three, it'd be Gabriel, Alderweireld, and Dyer. I can't see. I don't think. I think it's a difficult one.
Oh fuck it! I'm going to be biased because it's I'm an Arsenal fan. It's Tierney. Right, end of. So if we go for a 4-2-3-1, the two holding midfield players.
Well, you can't really say a lot about Partey, really. It's because he's played a couple of games, and even then, one of his best performance was against United, and then I think the game against Villa he was extremely poor. So I would have to go for the two Tottenham midfielders, Højbjerg and Ndombele. I can't really see any of the midfield except for if Partey was playing consistently. I know he's been injured; it's quite unlucky, really. He'll get in there, but for me, it's got to be the two Tottenham
What do you think, Marbles? Do you agree with Connor on that one?
Yeah, I get where Connor's coming from. In that, Partey hasn't played that much.
I think the got to think is that he's coming into a team that's already been poor, pragmatic, not been expansive and expressive, probably as he was sort of promised when he came in. So it's I can see where Connor's coming from in terms of that he's got to bed into the team and adapt to life in the Premier League. But in terms of talent, I would put the Ndombele and Partey there, but
do you know what you could do as well? Actually, if you do want to put Partey in there, you could. I know Ndombele hasn't always been playing as a centre mid; he has been playing as a cam. I know against Chelsea, he played as a cam, but Højbjerg definitely deserves to be in there. He has been. What a signing that's been, actually.
that's the thing. Who else would go as a cam?
Well, you could maybe
4-2-3-1.
make a case for Kane, because I mean Kane doesn't really play as a striker anymore. You could put him, but then when you look at it, then who do you put up front then? Because there's no one particularly from Arsenal who is going to be good enough to be putting out 11 to go up front. But then Kane does actually play up front, even though in game he doesn't really play the striker. So it's difficult. It is difficult.
What do you think, Wayne?
For Ndombele over Partey.
Well, just as the two holding midfield players, who would you go for at the Tottenham and Arsenal team?
Well, who doesn't El Neni get a shout?
No.
Oh, stop
No,
taking
sorry,
the
just because he had one good game against United, you don't get in there for me.
I'm sorry. That joke of like the Community Shield, him being the best Egyptian on the pitch, has gone a long time ago. Right. Right. He's one of those. He'll do it on the odd occasion. That's probably why in a cup game he might do it. But in terms of Premier League, over a 38 game season, it's like Arsenal. We'll get to February and we'll flop. And to add to it, we got Mr. Shades. He's got the shades on.
Where's TD?
I don't know. I did message him. He does know that I'm live. Why, you want a manhunt again?
No. Like I said, I'm waiting to talk to him. Don't need to talk to him now.
What did you actually need to speak to him about?
None of your business. You'll find out.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure probably after the Chelsea game it will all come out. Yeah, we're just going through the combined 11.
There's something that he said on the terrace as well. So
okay.
Oh,
But we were just going through the combined 11 and debating the two holding midfield players if we're playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, what's the rest of it? What's the team first before?
At the moment, we got Leno in goal.
Nope. Never mind. Just go through it. First.
Aurier on as a right back. The two centre backs of Alderweireld and Gabriel. Tierney is a left back just because I'm biased. Right. And the two holding midfield players.
Okay. No, I take Lloris and Reguilon.
We did go
Dyer,
with,
even
I
Dyer,
went for
Big go
Reguilon.
with Reguilon.
Who's doing the Skype?
Not me.
Hello.
Hello.
Right. Yeah. So, two holding midfield players. What are we going for then? We're going for Ndombele and Højbjerg.
Yeah, in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks.
Well, if it's based on form, then you have to include Partey, in my opinion. But if it's based on form, then yeah, I suppose.
Well, it's got to be based on...
I think in terms of form, to be honest.
Based on form.
Yeah. So the three behind the striker, on the left.
Son.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Son and Kane pick themselves, don't they?
I wanted Saka there.
The thing is that if it's
I know Saka's such a talent. He's still young. I've got to remember that Saka's still 19 years of age. It feels like, like when Hamilton first turned up on the scene, you felt like he'd been there for ages, right? And he's only like 22 years old. It's like the same with Saka. He's 19, and you've got to remember that it might feel like he's been there for years because of how good he is, but he's still very young and he's still got to learn his trade. That's probably why. If he had a really good another couple of seasons, then I would make a case for him against Son.
But the thing is that Son and Kane, like combined, must have at least well over 20 goals and assists. So you can't leave.
Yeah.
And if it's based on form, then you can't put Aubameyang there, sadly. So
that's the thing.
But then this is where it gets interesting, because you've got that place on the right, but then there's no one in the Tottenham team who really deserves it, but there's no one in the Arsenal team who really deserves it on that right-hand side.
Well, until he got sent off, Pepe did.
Well, but then with Pepe, he's been in and out of the team.
Yeah,
quite a lot.
I get that, but if you're looking at that and thinking, well, I can't find anyone on the Spurs side, right, and you can't find anyone on the Premier League side of Arsenal, then you've got to start looking at, okay, who's been performing when they've played in the Europa League? And Pepe, yeah, okay, it's against Rapid Vienna, it's against Molde, it's against these lower teams, right? But even against Sheffield United in the Premier League, even in the Premier League when he came on against Sheffield United, he made an impact on that right hand side, and that's why I've always made the case: why the hell is he starting, not starting, and yet Bellerin is? Bellerin, sorry, Willian.
Yeah.
That's probably why I want that. That's probably why I'd say Pepe needs to go there if you can't find anyone that's decent enough on the Spurs side.
Because I think Bergwijn and Moura are good players, and obviously Gareth Bale's. Well, I still think Gareth Bale's world class, but he hasn't really featured that much. I think he played and scored for them yesterday, didn't he? I'm not sure. Oh, but even still, he hasn't been like outstanding. So,
what would you think? What would you think, Pom? Who would go on the right for Arsenal?
What was the double pivot, first of all?
The three behind with Son, Kane. Kane up front or Kane as a cam?
They Kane up front. There's no other striker to go.
So what is it? A 3-man midfield? Is it?
Yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1.
Oh, okay. So who's the two pivots?
What in front of the defence?
Yeah.
In Ndombele and Højbjerg.
Ooh, I would have gone in Ndombele and Lo Celso.
No, not the no.
Why?
I know 3 Tottenham fans, and they said to me that he's the worst player when he comes onto the pitch. So I don't.
Well, who else do you put in?
Well,
There's no one else. There's no Arsenal player that gets in there.
Level 2.
Well, you could put
you could enjoy being
we were
top
talking.
Have you ever finished top in your lifetime? Unless you're very old.
Arsenal haven't won the league in 17 years.
They haven't won the league recently.
Yeah, but the thing is
and they're the enemy,
unlike probably Charles, I've actually witnessed Arsenal lifting that trophy. Right?
Yeah, but you've also witnessed Lewis Hamilton winning stuff, and they're both frauds. So
You know he's not.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're just
no. The thing is, I don't know if he's not.
Don't chat
I don't
about
know.
it.
I don't know if he's not a fraud though. That's the thing.
He ain't.
That's what you said.
He is. He spends his life in Monaco.
Yeah, and he pays his taxes, mate. So don't even go there.
Oh, sorry, man.
Don't even go there.
I think he does. What did he do for the environment there?
Probably more than what Emma Thompson decided to do, right? Which is fly 5,000 miles just for a protest.
But yeah,
anyway, this is a football stream.
The pivot person I'd go. Oh, I know where you're putting Kane at Cam. I know where you're putting Kane at Cam, and it's not going to work.
No, it's not because of that. Actually, it's because of actually the fact that Harry Kane's been playing in a deeper role.
Yeah, no, he's been dropping deep, but he's still a striker.
Well, I'll play him as the striker then.
You play him what?
I'll play him as the striker.
Yeah. So.
To be honest,
you look at
you look at Aubameyang's form this season, and it doesn't come near Kane's at the minute.
Exactly. So, but that's why for me it's like, Lo Celso has to get in just based on the fact that he's better than your midfielders.
You don't need to title challenge. We've won it already.
2016-17, you finished 10 points behind Chelsea. That wasn't a title challenge.
And 2015-16,
that wasn't
you were the only team to be in a 2-horse race yet finish third.
Stephen, don't banter it.
I'll
Because at least they were in the title challenge. Don't banter it.
They weren't in the title challenge.
Like I said, I've
They were way
watched
behind
title.
you lot that
Last
season.
time they've
Yeah,
listed the
still a
title,
title
it was
challenge.
called the First Division, right? The Premier League
Mhm.
wasn't actually coming to force, and it was all in black and white.
Stephen, I love the history lesson. Here's another history
even
lesson.
England have won the World Cup since then.
Stephen, here's another history lesson. Arsenal
Yeah.
haven't won the league in 17 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna. I quite happily admit that. Right,
That's
and we ain't
irrelevant.
going
It's
to.
still way
And we
short
ain't
of the
gonna.
top
And we
now.
ain't going to for another 2 decades. I'm gonna have grandkids by the time the Arsenal gonna win a title.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't stay long. I've got caught. My midfield three is Ndombele, Højbjerg. That's also, and my front three is Kane, Son, and Saka, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
go
my
with that.
theory. And obviously, Jose is the manager because Arteta's a fraud. Peace.
Oh, he's such a wind-up. But yeah, right. So yeah, we're going for 4-2-3-1. Kane up front. It was Son on the left. Who were playing the centre as the number 10 then?
And then Belly, because I try to say
Ndombele's the 2 holding midfielder.
You could put him Cam because he has been playing there sometimes for Tottenham.
Well, then who would you put in the 2 in front of the defence then?
Højbjerg will keep his place.
Yeah.
And then I'll give it. This is the thing. I don't know why his name's in my mind, but
I'm sorry, I've just got to applaud. Look, title challenge. Yeah, 4 points. Well done. We went one. Yeah.
I've just had Xhaka in my head, and no. The reason, no. There's logic.
No.
I have a bit of logic for this because we said.
You say how many? I'm gonna throw you out.
No. We said that it could go down to the Europa League because if they're not performing in the Premier League, that's why I'm saying maybe give Xhaka. I don't know. Yeah, give it to Xhaka.
No, I'd even give it to Partey, right? Just because Partey's in the team, right?
Yeah.
Because like I don't trust more. I'm more trusting of Xhaka doing another walk off the pitch. I'm still forgiving him over that.
A lot of people haven't.
No, I always believed with Arsenal. You do something like that, you're gone.
Yeah, but guess who wanted to keep him? Mr. Arteta.
Yeah, because we've all gone soft these days.
Yeah,
I bet you if Jermaine Pennant did what he did, like when he got kicked out of Arsenal, he probably kept his place. But yeah, so if Ndombele is going as a cam, Partey would drop as 2 holding midfield players with Højbjerg, and then Son, Kane, and Pepe on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who would manage that team, Mourinho or Arteta?
Oh, Mourinho.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Mourinho. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. I'd love to back my manager, but no.
You can't back him. Nothing to back.
But yeah, so Marbles, what would your Arsenal team be actually? Given we've got no Partey, got no Pepe.
Okay, well I'll go for a 4-3-3. Actually, I'm kind of torn between a 4-3-3 and 3-5-2. Yeah, I'll go for a 4-3-3. So Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles right back, Gabriel, and if Louise is fit, obviously got injured against Wolves. So if he's fit enough to play, then Louise. If not, I'll go with Pablo Mari. I know he just came back, but that's what he's made of. He hasn't been like tested before. I know he played towards the end of last season a bit, but even still, I still classify him as a new player, if that makes sense. Team left back. Midfield three of
This can I just say? Can I just
Yeah.
also say that this Charles, he must be a Tottenham fan. Look, you're happy to join, right? We can banter you quite easily. You can banter us quite easily, and it's not a problem. It's the whole point of it. But carry on. You were saying?
Midfield, Xhaka, Ceballos, and Willock, and then up top, Alba, Saka, and Willian. I would play Pepe, but obviously no, because obviously he can't play, but Willian for me gets that. I know his performances haven't been the best, but there's no one really else of. I suppose you could play Nelson, but I don't think this is a correct stage for him. Obviously, Willian's a lot more experienced. So yeah, that'll be my team. And also very quickly, I just answer Chris Welch's question: which former Arsenal ex-legend would you like to see manage? I think Vieira would be a good coach, but to be honest, I think most ex-Arsenal players who've gone on to be managers haven't been that good. And even Vieira getting sacked, I think, was a bit unfair because Nice is not a big club in France. And I was checking on Transfermarkt the other day, and his league positions in Nice aren't that different to his predecessors. So I don't know what that's about, to be fair, but I'll definitely take Vieira back as a coach, like an assistant or something.
I'd take Bergkamp back as a coach.
Yeah. But he looking like Tony Adams. Obviously we all love him, but to be honest, a crap manager. Someone like Ian Wright's never managed. He never wanted to. I don't think many ex-Arsenal legends have really gone on to be.
I think Henri tried as well.
Yeah, true.
And the thing is, you say you were Tony Adams there. You say the sort of player he is as a leader, you would think that would be beneficial as a manager. But knowing that what he's done already in his managerial career, it clearly just shows that just being a leader on the pitch doesn't mean you're going to be a leader off the pitch.
But I think what we need is I think David O'Leary is still an ambassador, and people say he fucked up Leeds. Well, he didn't, but obviously is it Ridsdale, was it? Who was their chairman? But I think he was the manager when they first started to buy big players and it went bad for them. But if we can get more ex-Arsenal players in what David O'Leary is doing now, or even a technical director if Edu doesn't work out, then yeah. But as managers, no.
Well, I'd take Bergkamp back as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's done really well as a coach with Ajax. Look at that Ajax team.
Yeah.
Ethan also had a question as well. Which former Arsenal manager would you have to manage this team? George. Do you know what? My mum just came out with a perfect point. George Graham. Right? Because he put them up against the wall if they played like they did against Aston Villa. Right? Or kick the skip, as they called it back in Highbury. So I think George Graham would get a lot in terms of he would show Arteta how to defend properly. And that's the thing. People go on about the fact that like Arsenal's identity has changed, right? It's not really changed. It's just the fact that the manager played in a certain way, right? Because Arsenal have been Arsenal in the past have been able to play low block football. I mean, George Graham, and I'm just saying George Graham did it, right? So yeah, it's just the difference between George Graham and what Arsene Wenger was doing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But my team would be Anthony.
No, that's insulting. That's very insulting, Anthony. And number 2, oh, very insulting.
Oh yeah, Connor. What? Seriously? Yeah, I would. What would I go for? Because I mean, didn't we play like a 5-3-2 last night? Didn't we?
It was more. I think it was a back 4 because Maitland was playing midfield, didn't he? Yeah, it was a back 4.
Yeah.
It was basically a 4-2-3 because Lacazette was dropping behind. Yeah, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, it was like a 4. Yeah. If that was the case, then I'd play a 4-2-3-1, and the reason for that is I'd pick Lennon in goal, Maitland as right back, Gabriel, and if Pablo Mary's fit, I'll play him.
Yeah.
Right. Left back Tierney, obviously. The 2 holding midfielders, there's no Partey, so it'd have to be Xhaka and Tobias. Lacazette as a deep line role in the 3 behind the striker. And I'd put Saka on the left, Willian or Nelson on the right, Willian on the right, and then Oba up front. So that way we've got Laka, because I really was impressed the way Laka was playing as a number 10.
What you've got to remember, it's the same as Mary as well. It is against Rapid in the Europa League. You know, he in a Premier League game he'll be closed down much more quicker. You know, he won't have a lot more time to think about it. He won't have as much freedom as he would do. And same with Mary, so it wasn't like he had much defending to do as well. You know what I'm saying? So he might play very well. I mean, you look at Willock, fantastic in Europa League. Came to a league game against Leeds, was poor. You know, so you do have to be a bit careful with, okay, yeah, he has done well in Europa League, let's give him a chance. Yeah, you should give him a chance, but there is a massive difference between Europa League and obviously it's Tottenham on Sunday.
Yeah, so Chris, which Arsenal youngsters do you see being potential legends at the club? Saka, Martinelli, once he gets back from his injury. Willock, I'd think is a little bit behind them, but has got potential too.
I don't think Martinelli will stay at the club. Got a feeling he'll move on. But with Saka, I mean, it's difficult now because it's not always about loyalty. It's more about money. If an offer comes in, Arsenal accept it. It's down to the player. And that can happen at any time. If the offer's right, then it's just down to the player to agree terms and stuff. You know, loyalty means nothing now. You know.
Yeah, I think now that with the way the Arsenal at these days, if they can get, because they know Martinelli is going to be pure profit, and Saka, more Saka because he's come from the academy.
depends how you define legend though. Like, obviously, like we've had teams like successful teams with a lot of youth players.
Cousin Anthony.
Yes.
Right, lad.
Anthony.
How are you? You all right?
Right, I'm getting extremely offended. It's cheese sticks.
You
Sticks.
string.
Sticks.
String.
Sticks.
No, you break him off and he comes down.
Shut up.
He strings.
Right. Go on then, Anthony. What's your lineup for tomorrow then?
Line up for tomorrow. Let me have a guess. Leno in goal.
No.
That's a shot, that one, isn't
I
it?
know.
Kieran Tierney left back. Gabriel centre. I think I'll have to have Holden in there because I think David Luiz is still. He got that knock, that nasty gash on his head, hasn't he? Still. So. And right back, I would play Maitland-Niles. If I do, I'm going to play with two defensive midfielders in front of the four because you know what that's what I think Arsenal should play. It'll have to be. Well, who would it be? If it is that, you'd have to say Xhaka and maybe Ceballos there. Saka and Ceballos, and then Saka out on the left, Pepe on the right.
Pepe's suspended.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's suspended for 3 games.
Still out.
Well, in that case, then you'll have to play. I think you might have to play Saka. I would play Saka on the right, Aubameyang on the left, with Lacazette up front, and behind Lacazette, it'd have to be. Do you know what I was thinking William, but I don't know. From what I've seen in that Europa League game, I think Smith Rowe might have a good shape.
Do you know what? I don't know if you caught my team, but I put Lacazette as a 10 and put Aubameyang up front.
What I would do.
So I put Lacazette
didn't
behind Aubameyang because Lacazette was doing that in the first half.
Trouble is, though, Steve, I've seen games where I think with Aubameyang and Lacazette, I don't think it's a good pairing. It don't work. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it works at all. To be honest with you, that's why most probably Aubameyang might be better out on the left with Lacazette up front.
Yeah.
And have Saka just temper because I think Saka can still do a job out there on the right. He does a good job out on the left, so just ping him out on the right.
Put him in detention as well.
But yeah, Glenn Nelson's he's good. I mean, but his avenue behind Lacazette is that I think you'd either have to go with the young ones. You'll either have to go with Willock or Smith Rowe.
I'll tell you what, Chris is coming out with the question tonight. Which player would you sign from Tottenham to improve your team?
Kane.
It would either be out of Harry Kane or Son for me.
You don't even have to think it comes off your team, isn't it?
This is a bit left field, right? But
actually, I'll pick Son because I reckon Son will do a better job than William because that's where I would place Son. Just behind the striker, and if you're bound to get goals from Son, and an all-round player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Son, so I would say Son, but don't get me wrong, Harry Kane. If I couldn't have Son, then second I would pick Harry Kane.
I would go something less obvious. I would put. I'd take Højbjerg and put him next to Partey.
Yeah, really solid.
Yeah.
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 Just
Because obviously the obvious is Son and Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I rate Son more than Kane, to be honest. Right? And,
So, I
at
mean,
the
whoever
moment.
you get, if you Son or Kane, you're guaranteed goals and whatever, aren't you? So, going back to the lineup for
But I
Sunday.
think with Arsenal, sorry, I was just saying with Arsenal, it needs to be more. If we can get the midfield sorted, because we've got nothing in midfield, but if we can get the midfield, like something in the midfield, like a Højbjerg and Partey, right, that means we'll then be able to create chances and have that creativity up front.
Yeah.
I still don't think our spine of the team is complete still.
No,
I think another good centre back alongside Gabriel. Another good DM.
Pablo Murray did well. Didn't
Yeah, but it's Europa League. You didn't have much.
I know it's Europa League, right? But obviously, you're not going to bring him straight back into a North London derby. But in saying that, I'm putting him in my team. It's probably just how dire our defence is compared to Gabriel. But I think if Gabriel was next to Murray in the future, I think that could work.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Two decent defenders. It's just getting that partnership, and because it's all right having two decent defenders, is they've got to be able to understand each other.
Yeah.
I know Kane and Son are like the obvious ones, but this is a bit left field. But for me, I'll take Doherty because I think we need a new right back.
That's a good show.
And we need to build the defense still because I think Gabriel and Tierney obviously are steps in the right direction. Leno's not world class, but he's okay for now for the next few years, I reckon. And if we can get rid of Bellerin, well, January's probably a bit unrealistic.
Oh, get rid of Bellerin, but he helps sell the shirt.
No, he don't.
Right, he helps with the fashion of the club.
Fashion.
Oh, I must think that's it because I can't think of anything else why he's there.
He must
Can't be for a footballer.
Steve, you're talking about his fashion. You're talking about a right back that plays for Arsenal and wears pink.
And you're saying
seen
he's
a
got, and
picture
everyone
of him.
says he's got no Do you know what?
Yeah.
People said he
I've
had
seen
no
a-
confidence when he started wearing flip flops.
Yeah, I seen a picture of him and he was wearing pink and it looked like a pink dress and the only thing that was missing was a pink bag to go with the dress. That was the only thing that was missing.
Careful, apparently saying handbags is a sexist now.
Bag.
I found that out the other day. So
if he can actually wear his handbag when he's playing and he can knock the strikers with that, yeah, as long as he didn't go down in the penalty area, it ain't going to be a penalty, is it?
God.
Oh, God.
I think, right, Arsenal should play a 4-4-2 on Sunday. And the reason why I say that is because Tottenham's defence isn't the best. Now, they might be top of the league, but it isn't the best. If you've got Aubameyang and Lacazette up front, right, who've got a really good relationship, just remember, they're both playing in their preferred positions, they're allowed to go and they've got more a free run role where they can press, they can drop, they can, they've got good communication. There's a good balance between those two.
I get that. The only
you've got
problem
the
I
solid
get
bank.
with that, and why I would play a 4-2-3-1 is because our midfield is so shit. It's so shit that you can't possibly, and you end up having to play like two wingers and three midfielders because you can't rely on one just to be able to cover the back four while the other one helps create the creativity for the wingers and the two strikers because that one relying on the back four can't do it by himself. You mean we know Granit Xhaka can't do it by himself.
It's funny you say that, right? Because I say it's a 4-4-2, but Lacazette, he can drop back. He can drop into that number 10 role to give that more support to the midfield, like we saw last night. So I say that it's a 4-4-2, but there's movement from both of them with Lacazette dropping back, Aubameyang going, the pressing game's good. And remember, they've got a really good relationship. And then, of course, you've still got the solid 4-4. Arsenal likes to park the bus, as we all know. So do Tottenham. The thing is, Arsenal will be encouraged to play. they're going to have to try and break through that low block of Tottenham. That's gonna
We
be
know
the
we know
thing.
what Mourinho's good at. We know what I. Do you know what? Actually, I don't think I got a feeling that both sides will cancel each other out.
They could.
Yeah, Mourinho will definitely
Come
part the
out.
buff.
Yeah,
part the buff, Mourinho.
Mourinho will just sit there. Will go on, try it, right? And we'll just sit there and go on, try it, right?
Yeah,
They'll both want to play low block football.
Because, like, to be
I
fair,
reckon the part. Go.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because you look at like the game last season where they beat us, right? That was essentially his tactic. I think we had some like 60-70% possession.
You basically need 2-1 Spurs, Marcus. Come on, stop being.
God. Okay, no. Comments are getting worse.
What's this? You want to know something?
You're right. Ian Walks.
Jeez.
That is a terrible joke.
It's horrendous.
That's horrendous.
But the thing is, though, Mourinho is very stubborn. Even if Arteta tries to sit back, he will sit back and he won't change. So that's why I'm saying Arteta will be the one most likely to change. Okay, you know what? We actually have to play.
I think Mourinho apart. I think Mourinho apart the bus, and they
Mourinho,
hit us on the break.
How bad they are. He won't
Yeah,
change the way he plays.
No, he hit us on the break, and then Tottenham will score from that, and they might get another. I got to be honest with you. Some people said to me today, they said if Arsenal can turn up and Arteta gets that team right with the tactics, he said people have said Arsenal can win 2-1.
Yeah, they get through that low block of Tottenham once and get a goal, then Tottenham have to come out and play. They have no choice.
But you go back years ago when we used to play Tottenham. Where's it to? I can't remember. Is it White Hart Lane? This game.
Yeah.
It's
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's White Hart Lane, isn't it? It's updated.
Well, it's an
Emirates.
stadium.
It's an Emirates version of White Hart Lane.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and it's that copy of pretty much the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah, and if you can remember, we always end up drawing at White Hart Lane, but beating them at Highbury.
Mm-hmm.
That's what used to happen years ago. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to draw. I mean, obviously you play to win, but I think if Arteta can pick the right squad and get that balance right with the right tactics, I think we can give them a good go because I still think we're right at attacking. You've got Aubameyang, you've got Lacazette, Saka.
The thing is, Arteta can't afford a draw.
No, he can't. No.
He's put himself in that position. He's got to go out and get a win now.
Exactly. But I think he's still there.
Because I was talking to, because I was saying, because I've shared all that link to you about this interview on Tuesday with Lee, and it's not just interviews, it's a stream basically. But I was talking to him, and that he's still Arteta in mind, but he can see why people are turning, right? And I said I'm more Arteta out, right? But if he goes on a run of form, I can quickly say, yeah, okay, I got that wrong, right? I should have trusted a bit more. But I do feel now that I said to him, literally, Arteta's got to go out there and win the game.
Yeah,
he's got to go out there and win.
He
can't have any excuse. He can't sit there and park the bus. He's going to have to go out there and win. And if that's the case, and he feels that pressure, he'll try and do that, and Mourinho will get 2 early goals and shut up shop.
I think really it's about whose defense cracks first, because I was checking the league table and that they've only conceded like a few less goals than us, but they've scored a lot more, obviously because of Kane and Son. Now, if Son gets it, well, I hope it's not Hector. Well, I don't think any of us want Hector to play, but even if it's Maitland-Niles who plays, right? well, to be fair, even Tierney if Song switches wings, but if Song can get any of our fullbacks and we make our usual mistakes, and I think that's probably what Jose's looking at. He can punish us with. I think also he'd want to lock down the midfield, and it's good for him really that Partey is unlikely to start. I know Arteta said Partey's desperate to play, but I think that's unlikely. And I think what Jose's saying about Harry Kane being, I don't think Harry Kane's injured. I think it's that his wife or partner or whatever's had a child, so or is going to have a child. So depending, obviously, when like the birth time is, he may miss it or whatever. But I don't think he's actually injured. Anyway, I think that's just is his usual bullshit mind games.
I honestly think though, there's a if Son plays out on the left with Maitland-Niles on the right, I think Mourinho's looked at that and thought, well, which of the two wings are going to crack? Tierney, if I put Son on the right, Tierney's going to kick Son up into row Z and said, you're not coming through, and that's the end of it. Right? Because he's that sort of player. Right?
Yeah.
He's not afraid of kicking someone up in the air. But Maitland-Niles, I have my doubts over Tierney. So you'd want to put Son on the left and try and exploit Maitland-Niles. And it's going to take the same sort of attitude from Maitland-Niles to stop that.
The thing is, though, is that look, I'm not saying this to knock Tierney. I rate Tierney a lot, but we all saw how he got roasted by Adama, and Adama is okay. He's not top levels, right? He's not a top 6 player in my opinion. Well, not now. He could be in the future, but not now.
Is it Lee that calls him a juiced up Awobi? Is
I
it?
think so. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to call him out. No, I don't want to call him out over it.
So if Adama,
I remember when a gal called him out. It was not funny. It didn't end well with him.
because I think if Adama can do that, then obviously Song is on form is obvious. Well, has to be the best. I don't think he's the best overall, but on form he definitely is this season, like wide forward. So that's a worry for me. But if you look at the other way, right, we have Sergio Aurier isn't that good. So maybe if we play Alba on the left or Saka, that could work in our favour too. Even if Willian plays, I know Willian's not extra pacey, but maybe if he gets in around, say, in front of their defence.
Just call it White Hart Lane, man. Or Shite Hart Lane.
It's not technically on White Hart Lane. That's why it's a part of it is on. Yeah, it's
Bollocks, it's Shite Hart Lane. Go on.
So yeah, like Willian, if he gets like just in front of their defence, so like moving from the wide right to like the number 10 position, you could probably cause them issues too. So, but as I say, I think if we're to get something from this game, we have to hold out and not crack really. Because I think that's what Mourinho would want to do. Lock down Aubameyang and Saka, lock down the midfield, and use Song and Kane to like expose us.
Yeah, I think that's also the worry as well, because we rely so much on Aubameyang. He'll look at that and say, well, if I just take Aubameyang out of the game, that's them screwed. And he can quite rightly say that, because if you look at our performances, when Aubameyang's been singled out by the defence, we ain't scored a goal. So, yeah, if you could make one realistic signing to improve Arsenal in January, who would you sign? Fucking hell. I need to go look on FIFA 21 first. Oh, my shortlist is endless. I mean, it's so hard to start career mode because you've got to spend about 2-3 hours sorting a team out. But yeah, who would your signing be? Anthony.
Well, if I'm going to talk from a striker's point of view, and if it was going to be someone obviously that play for England, it would be the Everton striker, Calvert
Calvert
Lewin.
Lewin.
Yeah.
Now do you think he'll come?
I can hear you. But I think he thrives on. He thrives more on creativity than creating chances himself.
Yeah.
Look at that. Arsenal fans are non-existent. Yeah, right. Compared to fucking Spurs. Ah! Don't make me laugh.
No, I don't know why Spurs fans say this because
I
you
don't
got to
know
look
why
at
they
it.
say this, man.
Look
We're the
at the
third
history.
biggest country in England, right?
Look at the
We are the third
look at
biggest
the
country in
history.
England, right? And that means throughout history we've been one of the dominant sides in English football, right? And that means in terms of the world fan base, right? There's a mate. I think Marley couldn't. If Marley's listening to this, please, right? I'm even going to message him now, right? Get on this stream because you can tell him from here. No one in Brazil knows fucking Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry. I bet I'm surprised you can even actually fill out your stadium.
Emirates has
you've
no
got
fans. All the football stadiums got no fans because there's a coronavirus going around.
Right. What do you think? Why do you think we've been doing watch-alongs for so long? I mean, God's sake. But yeah, you were signing. Yeah, Anthony, you heard that. So you said Calvert Lewin.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I would question that is that our creativity, and he's more thriving than rather than creativity. He's more. He's more the. You put the ball in a box, he'll score, rather than he'll create the chance.
You're joking.
What?
Right, I didn't know this was actually going to go. So you know they're making the Europa Conference League. So you've got Champions League, Europa League, and so I don't understand the point in that. How's that going to work?
Conference League.
Yeah, so it's basically I think it opens up. So there might be.
I know that's going to be Spurs' league, but go on.
Yeah, everyone's from what I've just said. People are mocking. They're saying Solskjaer and Arteta in the Europa Conference next season.
Oh my life! Just leave it alone.
Because there's going to be 32 teams. That's the group stage.
Don't they earn enough money already?
Oh, okay, yeah. So eight teams. So I think whoever finishes third in the Europa League group stages drop down to the Conference League. So like the Champions League, whoever finishes third in the group stage goes to Europa League. It's going to be like that. But I don't know. Maybe I think there's now going to be like a top 7, top 8 in the Premier League now. I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh my God!
But yeah,
have you seen
how many teams
in Europa League?
It's crap. The Europa League standards crap as it is, and now they're making a Conference League. Well,
yeah, then what? So you give Dundalk a chance to win it?
Oh fucking!
Oh my life!
Imagine Brighton playing in Europe. Jesus.
Honestly, mate, sometimes the way they go on about like, yeah, come back to me when you won 13 league titles. Right, when you won 13 league titles, 14 FA Cups, 7 League Cups, right, come back to me. Right, until then, do one. Right, I can admit quite happily, Tottenham are the better team, but they're no way a bigger club. No way. Yeah, for me, it's just I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You've got enough money out of the Champions League. You get enough money out of the Premier League. Why would you need to? You mean you do this stupid Europa League that no one really wants to win? The only reason they want to win it is because they want to get in the Champions League. Let's be honest.
I do, Steve, but trouble is, though, do you know that Europa League? If you win it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you go into the Champions League and also with silverware as well. Yeah. But if you win it, the money you get from winning that cup is like getting to the stages of the quarter-final stroke semi-final of the Champions League. So,
Is it?
in other words, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but the thing is that well, it can also mean yes, it is that bad because you got to offer so much money to make them wherever you want to win it.
Yeah, I know, but at the
You know
moment,
what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, you didn't get the Champions League. You didn't get the Champions League, the best prize. So, how about we give you second prize and give you £500?
yeah. But trouble is, though, it's like what I said. If that can buy a decent player or two decent players for the following season, then so be it.
Sorry, I'm just gonna come on in.
You're gonna comment on what?
No, I'm just. Don't worry. That Jim's not on the stream.
She looks delighted.
Well, I'm just I'm just messaging this. Look, if he wants to run his mouth about Spurs, he can come on the channel and actually do it. I ain't got a problem with it, right? But don't sit in the chat. Don't sit in the chat and hide yourself, mate. Right? You want to run your mouth? Come out in the open and run it.
Positivity.
Yeah, well, I'm all about positivity, but I've got to skip to realism. But yeah, score predictions then. Connor.
Oh God. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Tottenham, but it could go either way, literally.
So you're saying 2-1 to Tottenham?
Yeah. Oh, it's very difficult. Now you think about it, you think Arsenal could nick something. It could be anything. It could be any score.
But all right. So realistically, what would you go for?
Realistically,
Because I'm not more about delusion on this channel. I'm more rather worried about realism. Well, a little bit biased.
If I had to, if my gut feeling feels that Tottenham are going to win, but then my head's saying, well, Arsenal, I feel this could since Thursday, since that supposed meeting on Tuesday, things might have turned around a bit, But I would say, all I would say is to Arsenal fans, don't be surprised if you get a result. Like, don't be surprised. Oh my God, we beat Tottenham. Oh my God, like we played well.
I never say that. I never say that.
Right, especially after reading apparently what happened on Tuesday, seeing the game yesterday, it would not be a surprise if Arsenal turned Tottenham over, and this could be the start of a good run.
I'm just gonna put this up here so we can clip it because this guy ain't gonna come on the channel and say it. Right, 5-0. Right, what? How we beat you 5-2?
Imagine if it did finish 5-0.
Oh, piss off! He ain't gonna finish 5-0.
Well, you never know. It's football.
Hey, then Jesus, maybe there is a miracle for me next year, and they'll probably fix my health problems.
Maybe, yeah.
But I'm just putting that up there because I know I'm going to end up clipping it. Right, even if we lose 2-0, and just say I thought that was 5. Right, it's an awful London derby. It's not right. Even when he probably won't know this because he probably wasn't even born in, right? But when we won the league at Tottenham, we drew 2-2, and we had an invincible team. We had the Invincibles, which is probably arguably the best Arsenal team in its history. So you cannot sit there and Tottenham were 14th around 14th at the time. So you can't sit there and say 5-0 easy Tottenham because it just doesn't work out like that. But Marbles, your prediction?
I think either 2-1 Tottenham or 2-2 draw. I think obviously Spurs are favourites, right? But I don't know. I don't think you can ever rule out. Yeah, it's an old cliche, but they say form goes out the window in a derby. I know it's a tired cliche, but I suppose it's true. But yeah,
I know how that. I know how you're saying like Tay said that, but it actually is true. That is it is a fair point that it has gone out the window many a times. But yeah,
I'll say either one of them two. I think 2-1 them or a draw.
Anthony.
Well, obviously, I want Arsenal to win, but I for some particular reason I can't see them winning. I could just see it being. I could see Tottenham beating Arsenal. I reckon something like 3-1 to Tottenham. But I mean, if we don't get a win at Tottenham, and I mean, we got some strong teams to play now from now. I mean, even Boxing
Yes,
Day.
the thing,
I mean,
Boxing Day, we got Chelsea, haven't we?
we got Chelsea, and we got quite a few hard games leading up to that game.
Yeah, which is why should I do a stream for Chelsea Arsenal on Boxing Day, or should I enjoy Boxing Day with my family? But part of me is thinking it's Boxing Day, football's on, piss off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? You got to put Arsenal
Well,
on one day, right? Do it Christmas Day. That's it.
Yeah, but Steve, I told my missus that. I said football king before her.
For everything.
But yeah, I
Not
mean,
that you don't
hopefully
love
I
your
could.
missus, do you, Anthony?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
How is the
but it's just like I mean, if we're going to lose a few games leading up to that Chelsea game in Boxing Day, can you really see Arteta being there that much longer?
No.
No.
No, I don't. I see really the way Chelsea are playing, the way Spurs are playing.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the thing, Charles. You can banter us all you want. I'm realistic, so you can banter me all you want. I couldn't give a fuck. Right? But I know, right, if we do win, you won't come on this channel. Right? You go and hide somewhere. Right? I can sit here and take it. But yeah, I think the thing is that the way Tottenham are playing, the way Chelsea are playing, Burnley are. I mean, even if I've put in my chat, put on my title of video that surely we can't lose to Burnley, surely, right? Despite how poor we are. But yeah, I honestly, yeah, I don't see Arteta by New Year being in the job if it carries on like this.
No, I can. And to be honest with you, you mentioned about Burnley. That's who people's comparing us to now.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. But would you be happy though if he played this sort of tactic against Spurs, knowing that they are performing a lot better than we are, right? Here you go. Look. Oh, look. Is that your final answer?
He knows he's getting to you, Steve. He's winding you up. That's what. And he's enjoying it.
Wait till Cheese Stick Man comes back.
Oh, bring him on. Bring the cheese strings on.
I
I'd rather put up with that. What?
Oh, don't.
Jim Pastrami. What was his name?
I haven't got a clue.
It was Jim somewhat, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Jim
Pastrami. I think Pastrami is probably his second favourite thing. Yeah, I look. I don't get wound up by Tottenham fans. Right, they get wound up by me. Right, that's the way. This is the way the world works. Right, Tottenham fan. This is the way it works. Right, Arsenal fans don't get wound up by Tottenham fans really. Right, in case the actual real world, it's Tottenham fans that get wound up by Arsenal fans. because they want to be like Arsenal fans because they want success.
I got mates. One of my mates is a Tottenham fan, and for years we've been on and having a go at one another. It even actually came down who was a better striker, Ian Wright or Teddy Sheringham at the time.
Oh my life! Really?
Yes.
Oh, what did he beat? Did Teddy? Is it because Teddy Sheringham beat Tottenham's goal record, which was probably what 50 goals?
Yeah.
No, I'm not bringing him back. He's not on here.
Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go.
Right, but Chris, right, you got no excuse. You've definitely got no excuse tomorrow for Grand Prix.
Arsenal more like Arsenal. Oh my god.
If you're gonna keep up with their messages like that, you can fuck off. Right,
Who's QPR got, Connor?
right.
We've
It's
got
a respectable
Huddersfield.
charity channel, right? All things considered.
They got who?
Huddersfield.
Oh, that'd be a hard one.
Huddersfield.
No, we just we're playing really well.
Home or away?
Mate,
Away.
2-1. We beat you the other day. We beat you at your own ground.
You see, yeah, no, but we battered you. I'm sorry, I'm not taking this from you because I know we were fantastic.
Do you ever go and watch games, Connor?
Yeah, no, I'm a season ticket holder.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna start going back. I mean, I shouldn't really, but
No.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Charlton did that Wednesday, didn't they? They allowed their some of their fans back into the stadium, didn't
Yeah,
they?
no, all the
Yeah,
clubs from
that's
Wednesday onwards let fans in.
That's.
So,
Yeah.
Are
I mean,
you
if I was-
mad? Now I can admit that one. Yeah, I can live with that one. But you're comparing a man who's won fuck all, apart from the Audi Cup.
He won the hearts of the Spurs fans.
Oh, whoa, well done.
Can you
he
see
took
that?
us for fourth for Champions League final.
Some people are saying we might get Poch.
I would, because if we win, look, if we got Poch in January, like we did Arteta, and then we got Poch, Redknapp, great event of piss off. Now you won this up, right? But if we actually got Poch in January, like we got Arteta, and he went on and won the FA Cup, I would fucking love it.
Yeah.
I would fucking love it. He wins fuck all for them, but wins the first thing on offer for us.
Yeah. But in all fairness, Steve, answer this question.
He's
season,
just going down this long list of fucking managers they've had. How about Martin Yole?
Oh yeah, he was fucking no. Who was the other one? The ex-player. Oh, Ozzy Ardiles. They almost got relegated. Tottenham back in '94, I think it was. They finished about 3 points above relegation.
I didn't know that one. I was only born then.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the rivalry.
Yeah.
The one thing is actually, my mum, my uncle sorted out sort of a special day event, which was Spurs Blackburn about 2001. Now at the time I was about 4 or 5 years old, so I didn't really know much about like the rivalry and everything like that.
No.
But I could later on I could understand why my dad didn't go. Right, but we had also after we got to meet the players, which is like Teddy Sheringham and all that as well. Right, and and right, I think I don't know who the manager was, but he came of 2001, but he came and shake my hand and he asked like, who do I support? And I just luckily there was no one in the ground at the time. So I just shouted Arsenal, not thinking anything about it. Look, this guy's just trolling now. Look, Wild Jam. This is how shit your club is. Look how many managers you got to go through. Right?
I mean, you think of it, when Arsene Wenger was actually, obviously, when he was back in charge.
Yeah.
Can you Have a look. How many managers did Tottenham have
Shit.
when Wenger was in charge
Well,
of
look at it.
Arsenal?
He's given the whole list.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He's just
Look. I mean, look at this list. Look at it.
What?
It's shit. Look.
What?
Look. Yo. Sherwood. Jan Ramos.
Oh, for
Liz
fuck!
Bowen.
Oh my god.
Mourinho,
Redknapp.
Redknapp,
Poch.
Phillips.
Charles, do you
Right.
know how? Charles, do you know how much? Listen, I know Arsene Wenger didn't have a good fucking exit at Arsenal, but fucking hell, man, stupid.
Actually, he's missed one more manager there when Wenger was in charge, and that was Jerry Francis.
Yeah,
I think
Prime
he's
said
missed a-
Prime said he'll be on soon.
Yeah.
Steve.
Look. 3-0. Look. He's saying it's gonna be 5-0 easy.
5-0 fucking easy, did he
I'm
just say?
taking his first comment because he said oh yeah, I'll be nice.
Pratt.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
And as for this comment, you can't have another comment like that. You can get lost because this is a charity channel. Right.
Idiot.
There's only one set of fans that can really say that, and that's Arsenal fans.
Well, yeah, because you see the shit that they play every single week, don't you?
Yeah, I know. We have to put up with it every week. But hey, look, look, Anthony, you gave him a reminder.
Yeah.
It's comedy hour on the Stephen Featley channel.
Oh, and he's missed another one. Our old manager, George Graham. And then there was who else was there?
Oh no, George Graham actually. He won't mention probably George Graham.
Because he's a
bitch. And who was the other one?
Christian.
Glenn Odell.
Yeah, is that the same as is that the same as Bale winning the last derby you played, which was West Ham?
Fucking idiot.
He really fucked that one up, didn't he?
Bitch.
He didn't. He played it like a treat.
What a fool, though. What a prat.
Just don't. It's a troll.
What a prat.
Right. Don't get me wrong. He's a troll. He's a troll because he won't come on here.
Yeah,
your
he's
face.
missed out another two. Glenn Odell and George Graham. He missed out there.
Glenn Odell. Yeah.
George Graham. Yeah.
I mean, Anthony, we can't look. It's that there's a daytime television program called Tenable. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't cover it for Spurs. It is keep going past 10.
Yeah. I think I knew Prime's coming on.
Like
but
Arsenal titles, it has to go past 10.
How are you, Anthony, mate?
Tottenham will know about.
I'm not too bad at ads, and you?
No, I'm not
You
too
alright?
bad, mate. I just,
Good.
Yeah. I'm excited for I'm excited for tomorrow when we beat West Ham. If we don't beat them, then questions have to be asked, didn't it? You know what I'm trying to say? I think questions do need to be asked.
I'm excited for Peter Raymond to come on my channel during an F1 stream.
Who?
I mean, it's like
I'm waiting for Peter Raymond to come on my qualifying stream. Right, see if he comes on. Right, gives it all about George Russell.
He's your friend, isn't he, on Formula One?
Oh yeah, but he gives it all the stick during a football channel rather than. Oh my God! Have you seen this?
Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson.
Oh, you are a fucking treat. You are a disgrace.
What the
disgrace. Fuck? You don't watch football.
Well,
you don't even watch football.
That big of a deal, really. I mean,
doesn't even watch football. What a pussy. Can't even come on.
I dare you to come on the channel and say that.
I dare you come on the channel and say that.
Dare it, so I'm going to clip it. Even I'm going to clip it. And I don't know how to.
Yeah, and guess what? Faith from the fucking Terrence from Box to Box, babe. She said that Pochettino is better than fucking Alex Ferguson. What a disgrace. Faith from the Terrence.
She can fuck off.
Silly
There
girl.
is only one greatest manager in the history of English football. I could put it English football rather than just the Premier League.
The thing is, right?
What Ferguson did, especially that last season with that team, is just that team was falling apart. He still won a title with it.
I was there, right? I was obviously as a young fan. I saw us win the league once, right? That's good enough for me. She hasn't even seen Man United lift anything. She doesn't even watch them. She's a Chelsea fan. Fucking disgrace. Yeah. All the shit she talks as well. She said what's it called? She says Werner's been shit for Chelsea. She says what's his name? She says
Get on it.
No, well, no, I don't talk to
Nah,
I
get
don't
on
talk
it.
I don't talk to people who talk rubbish. People who talk shit.
Really? So why do you keep going on about people in the chat, mate?
You're gonna talk about a gal. I thought you were gonna say then why do you talk to a gal?
Nah, yeah, well, that was another one, but
No, a gal's a nice guy though, man. He doesn't
no,
talk
he's
so
all right.
rubbish.
He's got some realism.
Some is it a light amount or
What?
is it a light dosage of realism or is it heavy amount?
Yeah, but
'Cause-
I mean, he's not like deluded as he is. This
So
guy
no,
is.
right, no. Faye is the most deluded fan of all time. I'll tell you all the things she
Oh,
said. In
please
what,
get on it.
no,
I'd love
one
to.
second,
I'd roast her.
Stephen. Listen, I'll tell her. I'll tell you. Listen, if Prime comes on, I'll tell her to give her the link. Yeah, Prime
Yeah.
won't be long. So this is what she said. She said, Pep is better than Alex Ferguson. She said Werner's been shit at Chelsea. She said he can't dribble. She said he can't
Werner's
shoot or
been
dribble.
shit.
He has not been shit. He has not been shit. He's not.
Werner's not been shit at all.
Then she said.
If you want to swap for Aubameyang, I'll happily.
Then she said, no, she's a Chelsea fan as well. And then she said that she said after the what's it called? She said after the Man United draw that Frank Lampard should be sacked. Idiot, silly.
She's not a fan. She's just.
Then she went on to say, yeah, that she honestly believes that Pep could be better than Prime Alex Ferguson, who lifted more than fucking 15 trophies. Idiot,
Oh, fuck off.
silly. Yeah,
Who'd she say that was again?
Her name.
No, who'd she say that get 15 more trophies or?
No, she said that Pep could. You can argue against Alex Ferguson being better than Pep. So she said that he's basically on his level either way. Idiot. You see what I'm saying? Alex
How?
Ferguson had. I don't know because she's not even a City fan and she's backing him.
What the fuck?
Anthony,
What the
you
fuck
hearing
is she
this?
watching?
What?
Like, look, Chris, I'm a Liverpool fan, but that's garbage talk from Charles. Yeah, but even Chris would agree that Alex Ferguson is beyond all everyone.
That is
I can admit
retarded.
that.
I mean,
And
whether
he used to
you
have
like
fights with
him,
Wenger all the time, right?
whether
That
Whether you like him or
rivalry with
not.
Wenger, but I can admit that.
whether you liked Alex Ferguson or you disliked him, you can't
You can't deny what he's achieved.
you can't deny what he's won. You can't.
No. Do you know what? This is the thing as well. This is what I keep saying to people about, say, again, I'll go back. This is what I say to people about Lewis Hamilton, right? You can hate him as much as you want, but you can't deny what he's won.
He is the best racer of all time. No one can
Well,
deny
that's the
that.
thing. Well, that's the thing. You whether you like him or dislike him, right? And there's a lot of people that dislike him for some reason.
Why?
But you cannot. I don't know. But they may have their own reasons. But in the end, you cannot deny what he's won.
Well, that dickhead in chat always saying, "Oh, Hamilton's not won anything." All this shit. Yeah, you're talking rubbish.
But people say he has the best car, but that's not his fault. It's
Yeah,
not.
but he's saying but look, he's saying he's illegal, same as Mercedes are being illegals. Well, if George Russell's driving in that car, does that make George Russell illegal? And he hasn't come back and answered that question.
Because he's a fucking dickhead.
No, because all he cares about is like trying to wind us up with Hamilton.
It's fucking Hamilton slander.
Like, he knows he won't come on. I know tomorrow we'll do a qualifying stream, which will be an hour long. He won't come on it. He won't come on. Do you know why? Because he knows the facts don't lie, right? And I could roast him on the facts, literally, hands down.
Yeah, but you know who we should have got? You know who Manchester United should have got for a striking option?
What?
Kevin Augustin. I think he's a good player. He went to Leeds. Leeds are lucky they've got him. Alex
There you
Ferguson
go.
is the
Look,
greatest Premier League
that
manager.
that is a Liverpool fan.
Only idiots will deny that. Yo, Chris, when you come on a football talk
He
stream,
does.
man.
He does at times. He also does like the F1 as well. So
I'll say this right now, though. Yeah, no one can deny. Look, Stephen. People might not like you, but no one can deny that you're not a fighter. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, fucking hell, man. It's so stupid how people talk this
it's like
crap.
yesterday, right? I got to about the 35th minute and I was having a headache. I was knackered.
Yeah.
Like the admin was like trying to adjust to my system. It was, I don't know why, but it gets to that point in the evening after an infusion, and I'm just screwed, right?
Mm.
So you wondering why I'm doing Thursday watch-alongs anyway? But
Yeah.
I got to the 35th minute, and I thought, nah, I ain't gonna do the second half. I can't do it, right? So I said I can't do it, right? Not a problem with everyone that was on the channel anyway, right? It's all the dickheads that are not on it, right? In the chat that run their mouth, right? He said, "Oh, what sort of channel is this? Stopping halfway through? The sort of channel that's run by someone who's not fucking well, and you've never been well in your own fucking life, mate. Try having six."
Mm.
And I said to him, "Try having 6 transplants and then having fucking infusions every week, right?
So
Then
when you
come
say
back."
infusion, are you like on that trolley bag? Like it's like a bag of fluid and goes into you. Is that what an infusion
Yeah, this
is?
is my look. My mum's adapted
Nice.
sort of stand, like
That's nice.
even decorated the stand. Right, and yeah, put the almond up there and just run it into here, which is where my midline is.
Oh, so wait, do you sleep in a bed or do you sleep there?
No. I have this during the day.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It'll only be
nice.
about an hour long,
You know, I hear you though, man. I hear you.
but you hear about 500 mils of almond,
bro. That's
which
that's massive.
yeah,
That's
it keeps the levels stable. So
that's all you but that's what you want, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say.
well,
So
yeah, I mean it keeps me stable enough to do this and everything. So that's the main thing. But yeah, these people, right, they're just having a go at us for not like doing it all the way through, and I'm just like, well, fuck off then.
Steve, read the next question.
yeah, Anthony, I really like your accent, man. I've never had the chance to tell you that. I really do like your accent, man. I think it's hilarious.
Pochettino's great.
Well, you like my accent, do you?
He
It's how
loves
you
a
say
Brit-
stuff like when you say like when you it's because you say game like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's funny.
Anthony, I think he's taking the piss out of you.
No, I'm not. I would never. I would never.
I
I would never.
will come on and uh,
No, you're Peter Raymond. Peter
go
Raymond,
on,
listen, mate.
go
Take a
on,
screen. Take a
go
screenshot.
on.
Someone take a
No,
screenshot. Someone take a screenshot.
please, no, I can't take a screenshot. I don't know how to.
But I will. I will then.
Screenshot that, please, because tomorrow, right, you can send me that, right? Because if you don't, I swear to God, I'll call you out,
We're gonna.
right? And it's Sir Lewis Hamilton
It's
to
Sir Lewis
people,
Hamilton. You
right?
disgrace.
Unlike people who may have met him, so it's just Lewis. So
Have you met him?
yeah, I met him.
How tall
I
is
met
he? Is he only small?
well, I've grown since then. So I was 18 at the time, and I've grown a
Yeah.
bit more since then. So he is a short ass.
Yeah.
He is a short ass.
Ads is a coward. That's what
Oh,
someone put on
what?
the.
How am I a coward? Listen, I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, I ain't no coward. I don't know how I
He
am.
says you're a coward, yet you're on the channel. He ain't.
I'm on the
As
fucking channel.
clearly
You are.
with his inflatable girlfriend. What the hell?
I don't disrespect my girlfriend, dickhead. I actually have one.
Oh,
Don't
you
start
do?
talking shit. Yeah.
It says, oh no, Anthony, there's only fools and horses. It's only
Yeah.
fools and horses, isn't it?
Yeah, it gotta be.
Exploding inflatable dolls.
Marbles, is that you?
Was it?
Are you
I'm
wait?
sorry.
When it? Why don't you show your face?
No.
No,
Why are you showing yours?
because I show my face all the time, and I'm tired right now, and I look clapped. I don't look I don't look sexy like my avatar right now.
I never do, but unfortunately, I turn the camera on.
Oh no, stop, Stephen. Come on, man. Be positive. Be more positive. Like Ty says, of course we can be positive.
Oh
Of course we
my
can.
god.
Of course we can be
No.
positive.
Yeah. Over the most shittest things.
So guys, tomorrow. Actually, no, right. This is the thumbnail that I made. You see it? There it is.
Yes.
See, I've sent Augustin. That's Augustin. He used to play for Atletico Madrid. Yeah, Atletico Madrid. I think he was. I think he left
When
this year.
is that? When is that video?
I've made it's no. It was out today. It's out today. We just finished it. Me and Prime.
Ah,
King.
where is
When
Prime?
you gonna make your feature on? When you gonna? I don't know. When you gonna make your feature on GNA TV? Anthony Stephen Marbles.
Oh yes.
Do you
When
know
Arsenal
what?
play Arsenal
I
versus Man
watched
United.
I watched you I watched you the other night. I think you was only on for about half hour. I think you did like a 35 minute stream.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there wasn't no like what Steve does. He puts the thing in the link. You didn't none of you put any link in.
Yeah, I tell you why I didn't. I tell you why I didn't. For that one, I was trying to make like a little short sketch and explain why we played so bad against PSG, and to explain why it wasn't a red or yellow card offence with the second challenge that Fred went into.
Right.
So we went in with, I should say, in the game, because he won the ball. He won the ball fair and square, and I'll tell you why it looks like he fouled him, because of how short he is and how far his legs can stretch out, and it looked as if he was maliciously trying to take him out. And a gal even said, "Oh, what an idiot!" He wasn't an idiot. You look like an idiot if you're calling someone an idiot for making a challenge and winning the ball. You know what I'm trying to say? Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to come on there whenever I've got time free. Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely many
The
projects
problem
you
is
guys can
I
be
have
part
at a
of.
minute is that doing all this plus and keeping like it going whilst trying to have as much energy to do everyone else's stuff as well is
Yeah.
difficult. But if I'm up to it and you're gonna do a stream, let us know and I'll definitely feature on it.
Yeah. I've told Prime to hurry up and bring Faye on. Oh god.
Right, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes. But your score prediction for, we'll say Man United, West Ham, and then we'll go your Arsenal Tottenham one.
Manchester United. I think we're gonna win 3-0 tomorrow.
Clean sheet.
I'd say 3-0 against West Ham because they're not the most consistent club, and I think by far they're one of the worst in the Premier League. That's club and team, so I'm not too worried, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's my view on it.
What about Arsenal Spurs? How do you see this going?
Arsenal Spurs. That's a good question actually. I'd say. I'm
It'd
trying
be
to
nice.
think. Right, Arsenal deserve to. All right, Arsenal deserve to get fucked up, right? But
Oh, thanks.
but actually, no, yeah, they deserve to because all the fans are some of the fans are stupid.
Yeah.
But what I'd
That's bang
say
out of order,
is,
that.
if
That's
Arsenal
out of
do,
order. I
I
mean,
feel like
he's
I
having
don't
a go at
think
me.
I
It's
don't
not
think
happening.
Yeah.
I don't think all hope is out the door though. I don't. I generally believe you guys have a chance. But I'm gonna say 2-1 Arsenal tomorrow.
Well, I actually haven't given my prediction, actually, have I?
Lee Judges and Ty had an argument because he said, of course we can win, of course we can win."
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
shit! I'm receiving a call. 1 second.
Connor,
Wait, wait,
why are
wait,
you
wait.
lonely?
Wait. Have I just heard that West Ham are one of the worst teams in the Premier League?
Okay, okay. As a team, no, as a club, right? As a
Oh,
club.
God.
No, 1 second. No, hear me out. Because I'm not the only person who said it like this. I'll break it down for you. Because I have respect for West Ham. I have respect for West Ham, but obviously the team they're going to set up tomorrow is not looking too dangerous because Antonio's injured. The only person I really rate out of their midfield is Rice, and I don't even think that he's that great. And right, 1 second. I have a question for you, Connor. Would you rate Haller? Do you rate Haller?
Uh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
I rate him, but he just I don't know where he's been because he just doesn't play
Right. So
much.
you're forgetting about Jared Bowen. You're forgetting about Fornals. You're forgetting about Ben Rama. All those are good attacking players. Have you not seen what? I think they're seventh in the league.
And
Bro,
Antonio.
I'll say this now. Tomorrow,
I mean, they're even above us.
opposing
Oh, wait.
against us.
Hang on. I
Opposing
forgot.
against us, though,
I
lads.
was going to, hang on. I was going to say, like, they were above Arsenal, but I forgot we're 14.
No, right. I'll say this now. Right. Sorry. What I was trying to say. The impression I was trying to give was tomorrow you compare their squad to ours. It's not going to look great because Antonio's not going to
Prime!
play and Hallow's not going to play either. They're both out. I don't know why. I don't know why people believe that they're gonna really give it to us tomorrow. So, but as a whole and as a club, they are a good club, and I have respect for them. Because obviously, one of my good friends, one of my best friends who I've known since we were three, all he goes on about is West Ham and how good they are. I never used to listen to him when we were younger, but then obviously we grew up and actually got in the swing of actually trying to check out other clubs more. I like Haller, like you said. I like Haller. Connor, I think he's a really good player. Antonio as well. I said the thing is, I said to him, I always said to my friend, I said, watch Antonio do a mad thing, and he did. He scored 4 goals in a game.
I think you're also forgetting that they drew against Man City. They were done. They were outdone by VAR. Otherwise, they would have got a point against Liverpool. They beat Leicester as well. West Ham are
They
not a
played
team
us
to
off
be.
the park, even though we won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you.
no, yeah, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying tomorrow because I know Antonio's out, so I don't think they're going to be too much of that team that they're meant to be. If that makes sense, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Do you know, Antonio hasn't been good the last couple of weeks, and they've done really well actually because he's dropped off form since the start of the season,
Yeah.
and I don't think Antonio's a big loss, but I don't think he's going to be that big of a miss. Not as much as people are making him out to be.
Would you
West
say?
Ham.
Yeah, sorry,
Prime,
go on,
where'd
bro.
you
Well,
go?
I'm going to go. I tell you what, I'm going to go 8-2 West Ham because I hate to be a Man United fan.
If that actually happens,
Onwards.
there's going to be no match reaction from me. There's going to be no match reaction from me. But no, what I was trying to say is,
Right. Prime, how are you? Back again. Oh, seriously? Seriously?
What?
oh, stop this nonsense.
This guy was probably, I mean, Prime,
Hello,
can you
Prime. Hello,
answer?
Prime. Charles, you're talking shit. You're talking rubbish. You're talking nonsense now. Stop this nonsense. Prime, we can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Why? It's weird. Hold on.
Yo,
Don't know.
Charles, you're clapped. You know that.
It's just this guy's just a troll.
Talking crap. You know what? I want this guy and Faye to do a video.
That would be funny. Comedy Hour Central.
Because they both think he's overrated.
Your guy says he's going to come on tomorrow. That'll be fun. Also, what were you saying about Faye, Stephen?
I'm saying anything about as has been described about
No,
Faith.
don't lie. Don't lie,
Yeah,
Stephen.
as is no, as has been described
Stephen.
Faith. I
Stephen.
don't know her, do I?
Stephen.
I don't know her.
Stephen.
How much
Yeah, but Anne doesn't know her either. So
Yeah, exactly. But what we were saying is, I told him every single thing that she said. She said Alex Ferguson is better. Is not better than Pep. She said
he's not.
Werner's been poor. She said Lampard should have been sacked after the Man United draw. I told him all those three things, and he said, "What is she talking about? As if she's crazy, you know?" And
well, I do count Alex Ferguson as better than Guardiola.
but what by a long stretch or just?
I wouldn't say a long stretch, but definitely by definitely better.
Yeah, fair
Check
enough.
the manager. Sir Alex Ferguson.
He's consistently been a winning Premier League manager in one of probably the toughest leagues in the toughest league in the world. Yet won a treble.
When's it gonna be back?
In 99 and 08.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There's no. Oh, what the hell is wrong with my audio? It's annoying. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, man. It is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion about stuff.
Yeah, I'm not got but no, if it's
And also,
yeah,
she said about Mike Ferguson being overrated. It was in context. Let's put her in context of what she said.
Yeah, I was all right then because I didn't give that to me in context.
She said he's overrated in Europe, which is actually, I guess, it's fair.
I don't agree with that. Pep's only won the Champions League twice. Fergie won it twice. Plus, Fergie won the Cup Winners' Cup. He won the Cup Winners' Cup with both Aberdeen and Man United.
On the World Cup as well. The Club World Cup.
I don't know. Maybe she just means in terms of Champions League and stuff. But again, it's she's entitled to her opinion. I don't actually have a problem with it. I don't think because I kind of have the same opinion as well.
So what would you say about opinion with Lampard after the Man United game?
I don't know. I wouldn't have sacked him, but I get why. She's not necessarily overly impressed by Frank, which I also get that as well.
I just think in terms of Lampard and the squad that you had at that time, probably at that minute you needed to just have more games under your belt to show the improvement.
Exactly.
So staying that straight after the Man United game, given the fact you're still not clicking yet, was a bit over the top.
Yeah. Also, that draw put us in.
That was my issue with it.
Yes, that draw established our what do you even call it? That draw established our, because up until that point we were leaking defensively and stuff. That draw, getting a 0-0, established our unbeaten run.
Yeah.
Or I guess clean sheet run. So.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You needed your defense sorting out before you could go on a run.
Yeah.
And that was my, and it's like we said at the start of the season with Chelsea, right? Is that it just the only thing that would stop them challenging for a title is time and how long it will take for them to come together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
But as it's getting better game by game, I'm sure now that a lot of Chelsea fans are looking towards the title this season.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I always welcome anyone's opinion on the channel, but I just thought that was a bit, for me, that's a bit hasty. but yeah. Anyway, it's getting late. I need to be doing my stream tomorrow for the qualifying, right? And hopefully, hopefully Peter Raymond's actually going to stick to his word.
He's going to come tomorrow.
He's going to come on. He's going to come on the qualifying tomorrow.
For what?
Right.
Oh, yeah, the Grand.
Yeah, for the Grand Prix, because
Grand Prix. Is that when he's going to prove that what's his name? He is actually a fraud. Is that what he's going?
Yeah, that's what he's going to prove. Apparently, he's illegal. He's a fraud. Right, and if that's the case, then George Russell must be one as well.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, Stephen, one at a time. Lewis Hamilton first, then the other guy. I'm joking.
I don't even need to go in there. Don't even need to go in there. So I bet you he probably won't anyway. But there you go. Anyway, so I've got that tomorrow. I can't remember the time of it now, but yeah, obviously big game on Sunday. Arsenal Spurs.
Is it a big game?
Of course it is.
Why?
It's always been.
It's one big side against one mid-table side. Why is it a big game?
Because it's always been a big game. Stop winding us up. But anyway, Arsenal Spurs. I'll be live at 4 for that, and I hope you can all join us for that. And yeah, will Tottenham will also get a benefit of the fans as well.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be here, giving you stick if you lose, giving you stick if you win.
You know me, I'll take it. Right.
Yeah, Steven's just waiting until Arsenal beat Chelsea.
Yeah, part of me's thinking, do I do a stream for Boxing Day, or do I really annoy Prime and say, nah, I can't be asked today? But nah.
And the thing is, for Boxing Day, I want stream.
See, I've got backup coming tomorrow. I've got backup. Right. But yeah, I'll probably end up doing a stream for that game anyways. Right. But yeah, I hope you will join us for that tomorrow on Sunday, 4 p.m, as well as the qualifying tomorrow. And don't forget, Tuesday is my stream with Lee Judges, AFTV. We'll be discussing all things Arsenal and all things about raising awareness as well.
I love Lee Judges, man. Shout out to that one, man.
Yeah. So until then, everyone take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you to Marbles, Ads, and Prime.
Bye.
And everyone else has come on.
Take care.
Right. And I know, like, Prime, you're going to say it at any minute now.
I'm going to say what?
I'll set her out.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Until then.
Lewis Hamilton's a fraud.
I'll set her out.
Hamilton's a fraud. Hamilton's a